Hey ratbags, it's Jade. Today I'm going over the brand new boss that's been added to Core Keeper and the Trader, as obviously they're pretty linked, as you can't really find a new boss unless you've bought an item from the brand new Trader. If this is all new to you, go and check out the previous video I've done, which was a complete guide to the update and what to expect, but here's a more detailed version taking a look at the boss fight and some of the drops, what you're guaranteed to hopefully get and what you may have to keep farming for. So please do smash that like button if you find it useful. It really does help the videos gain more traction. So first things first, you're going to need to buy one of the brand new worm scanners for the Atlantian worm. 15 ancient coins, 15 mechanical parts and 30 solarite bars. Obviously once you've got your trader and placed them in a room, then you should be able to go and buy the bait pillar for 2,670 ancient coins. But how do you get the trader? You need to find one of the brand new battle events. There's all different types and sizes of these. There's some going to be harder than others, and you pretty much just activate them. You don't actually have to give or sacrifice anything, as long as you stay within the green circle and basically defend yourself, killing these enemies or try and avoid just getting hit. Once you've gone through it, the enemies will die, and inside the chest you should find a battery and of course lots of other good nice little pieces of loot. And so that battery is what you've got to place in a room as usual to get the trader to spawn. So you get the hazmat helm, you also get the hazmat suit jacket and the suit pants, all giving bonuses to max health, obviously armor, and all three give bonuses to melee, wherein all three will keep you protected against the green radiation crystals. You can see it's quite expensive, 36800, 3510 and 3470. The geode wall display, 50 ancient coins, unusual potion 80 coins, lunar cheese 60. Obviously they're just for display, you can paint them. These give you 40% damage for 30 seconds, but it does mean you're going to take 40% damage for 30 seconds. And lunar cheese is going to give you 14 food and 5 blue glow for 5 minutes, but also means that you can avoid snare and stun durations reduced by 32% for 5 minutes. So go ahead and use the scanner and it should show up the brand new worm in the sunken sea. You can see it's pretty much on one of my top teleportals near it there. By the time I got there though, he had obviously moved and I wasn't paying too much attention to the minimap until I realised. So he placed the pillar down and he should just pretty much home in on it. Eventually I came across him, and you don't have to panic. If you do come across him naturally, he won't hurt you and he won't destroy anything. It's only if you put the pillar down that it will start destroying any blocks around and obviously start doing damage to you. It will also destroy the pillar, so you can't just keep reusing the same one. And it's a pretty cool fight. Obviously if you kill it, it's going to break apart and then it will actually spawn another smaller version that can sometimes do lightning charge attacks in a great big ball radius that spreads out far and wide. You can try and killing it in the right way, and I don't think I mastered it completely, but maybe you don't get so many of them spawn, and you can actually, if you're not paying attention, have 3 or 4 of the heads spawning which do that lightning damage. So you have got to be a bit careful. I think the idea is that you are meant to kill it from its tail up towards its head. You can clearly see its weak spots, so you can do a good amount of melee damage, and it's fairly easy to dodge out of the way as long as you've got a fast boat, of course. I would not recommend doing this on land. So I messed up here and I actually hurt him in the middle, and that's what split him into 2 worms. So like I said, always try and aim for the last spot on its body, and that way you might mitigate this happening to you, where I've got 3 of them now chasing me down. Electrical charges, as far as I'm aware, are the ones that do the most amount of damage. I can't say I've actually been hit by them properly face to face, so I can't say it did me that much damage, but yeah, they take about half my health, bearing in mind I've got about 700 to 800, maybe even a little bit higher health here. I'm using one of the new weapons, the Shimmering. You can get this, I do believe, from completing either one of the battle events, or might be lucky and get it from a drop from enemies or chests in the Shimmering Frontier. Once you kill the smaller ones, they do just disappear completely, but if you've not been aiming for the right one, then yeah, you may end up having 4 or 5 of these guys spawning. But they're relatively easy to kill, especially if you've got a good range build like I have here pretty much. Although watching this back, realising actually I've got a lot of melee buffs actually equipped. So yeah, give yourself lots of space, make sure there's no more enemies around just to be adding to the trouble, and yeah, be maybe a bit more cautious with your shots so you don't end up making the fight a bit harder. The new boss has a chance to drop in a brand new helmet, as well as a new sword, a necklace and a ring. Of course you will get a trophy, And yes, you're going to get a special type of fish or something that you can cook that increases your health by 100. So I'll go through all that in a minute as well. We're finally getting him down now to the last stages, maybe just a couple more hits to go. I guess at that point, since there aren't that many pieces of him left, he's always going to split into 2 creatures. But that one exploded nicely, throwing a bunch of fish chum everywhere. And yeah, when he's at this last stage, you don't have to be so precise, you'll just hit him. And there you go, there's the achievement that I got, and a nice brand new chest. You can just smash the chest, as long as you've got loads of space, you'll pick up everything in the inventory. And yep, I placed that bait pole immediately afterwards, and I still couldn't actually have him spawn, so I had to go and get another scanner and spend more money on it. Although it did seem to spawn semi close in that location, so maybe if I just left it a bit longer, it would have actually came to me. This one went quite a bit smoother, I didn't really split into 2, another chest, and I got something new this time. An Atlantian worm helmet. 39 max health, 20 armor, 1.1 health every second, 5.3 melee and range attack speed, 9% critical hit chance, and another 27% critical hit chance. And that's level 17. Then you've got the Atlantian worm sword. 239 to 291 melee damage, 2.5 attack speed, 17% damage against bosses, 4 life on melee hit with 500 durability. So there is a worm ring and a necklace. The worm ring does 4 life on melee hit, 17.2% melee damage. And the necklace itself, checked out in creative mode, and it does 1.4 health every second and 17% damage against bosses. Obviously you've got the figurines for the Atlantian worm. You'll get a chest. And everyone that you kill, you'll get the Atlantian worm heart. Gives 14 food, 9 point health every second for 20 seconds. Obviously cooking it's going to be better. And you get 100% max health one time. You can see there it says permanent when eaten, so it should increase your health overall. If you cook it, this is what you get. If you cook 2 of them, 34 food, 20 health every second to you and all nearby allies for 26 seconds. And again, you still have that 100 health max. But again, only the one time, which I've already eaten. You do get a selection of fish as well. I've got a few others as well that I basically cooked up. Something called Cosmic Form and the Jasper Anglefish. So I don't know if one of them is, or both of them are brand new, but that's what I got. I lost the footage that I had of me cooking them up, but the Cosmic Form I do believe gives you extra damage against bosses, lots of food and lots of regenerating your health. Also got this Beryl Anglefish and a silver dart, which I do believe the silver darts aren't new. Maybe they are. I've avoided fishing as much as possible in the past. The crystal sushi give me 25 food and 136 max health for 6 minutes 30 seconds. So that I do believe is all the drops. If I missed any out, do let me know. I've killed it like 6 or 7 times so far, and having a look in creative mode, I couldn't really see anything else that kind of fit. There's no set bonus for this, so I can only presume the helmet is the one and only. There didn't seem to be any other kind of weapons that would fit in killing the actual worm, or mentioned it in the description. So you are going to need a lot of resources to go and get this guy. Contrary to what I've seen a few commenters say already, they may have just got lucky, but I've found so far he doesn't spawn in the same place guaranteed all the time. So you are indeed going to have to maybe buy a lot of the worm scanners, 15 ancient gemstones, 15 mechanical parts. Maybe it's a case of it just literally coming by. It just takes a while for him to get to you. But I do believe I left it for quite a while and just nothing was really happening. And the description does say it's aware of your presence if close enough. So yeah, I have had to literally swim around a bunch of times. It only worked once that they were both spawning pretty much close to each other. And then the last time it was sort of semi-close, but not ultra close. I did watch him on the minimap as well, and it kind of was just wandering quite far and wide across the sunken sea, going up quite high towards the northwest as well.